Hi, my name is Jacob Stover, and today I'll be conducting an interview with Steve Easley. So Steve, how long have you been involved in GSP?
So I was a Governor Scholar in 2000 at the NKU campus. So I guess 24 years since then. In 2011, I applied to be a faculty member and got a job with the program. So minus 1 year, I've been with GSP on staff since 2011, and I started in my current role on the administrative side of things last summer.
And what was your favorite memory as a scholar when you were there in 2000?
Oh gosh, I think my favorite memory is probably going to be what a lot of your all's favorite memories are, which is just spending time with people on my hall, playing cards with people, going on field trips, that kind of stuff. I have to say this as well. Of course, one of my favorite memories was meeting this girl who I eventually married. So that's a pretty significant. That is a pretty significant memory as well. Yeah,
that's awesome. And what's one life lesson you want this year's scholars to take away from the program?
So every year we have a campus theme, and this year we went with "Stretch Your Mind." The quote from Oliver Wendell Holmes, and I think that's something that doesn't just have to happen here at GSP. Like, I think if you can take a lesson from GSP to always look for ways to try to grow, to try to improve, to try to think about things differently, I think that's one of the biggest takeaways for GSP that scholars can take with them once they go back home.
So the Stretch Your Mind theme, what does that mean to you personally?
So for me personally, I have the office staff, the administrators. We have a very different experience than you guys. I don't go to classes. I don't, have hall meetings and things like that. So for me, the way I stretch my mind is trying to come up with creative solutions when problems come up. Being able to think quickly on my feet. We had an issue this morning with some, lunches and field trips and things like that, and just being able to kind of quickly think about, okay, well, how are we going to deal with this? How are we going to address this? So to me, it's a very practical kind of thing as far as, testing the limits of what I'm capable of.
So this is a more personal question. How's your experience as a father affected your work here at GSP?
So that's a really good question. I am a dad. I've got a 14-year-old and 10-year-old daughters, and I don't know. It's very different in the sense of, I know a lot of times teachers will talk about their students as my kids, and sometimes I'll do that. I'll say my kids are going to go on a field trip, or my kids are going to do this. But it is very different. But at the same time, I think being a dad has made me more empathetic. When a scholar comes in and they're not feeling well, or maybe they're a little homesick, sometimes I imagine, like, well, what if that was my kid going to an RA or to an administrator with those problems? So I try to think of it from that perspective. If it was one of my kids, how would I want someone to treat them if they were in that situation?
That makes sense. What's your favorite event at GSP that happens every year?
Gosh, favorite GSP event? I do love Showcase. It's a really fun opportunity to get to see you guys, showing off talents and things like that. Showcase is definitely one of my favorites. I love going out to watch GSP Olympics. I'm too old to do dizzy bat race, so I don't do that anymore. But yeah, if I had to pick one sort of favorite event that happens every year, it would be GSP, or it would be the Showcase.
Yeah, showcases are definitely a favorite among scholars here too.
Yeah, and I will say, most years I actually do go to Tori's convocation.
Okay.
I do enjoy her presentation.
Well, Steve, is there anything else you'd like to add for any of the scholars?
I just want to thank you guys for being here, for having a great summer with us, and we hope to finish strong over the next couple of weeks.
Yes, sir. Thank you for your time.
Thank you guys.